Hi there, Aries. Welcome. Thank you for tuning into my channel, The Fool's Journey Tarot. This is a general love reading for the sign of Aries for April 2021. Sylvester's joining us today. He can't make up his mind what he wants to do. Actually, I know what he wants to do. He wants to sit in the window, but that's not going to be an option for today. So I'm waiting for him to make up his mind so we can get busy with some readings here. Anyway, Aries, I want to remind all of my viewers this is a general love reading, and that, of course, means it can apply to any type of situation or circumstance that you might be dealing with. It can also apply to any type of relationship that you're dealing with. Please remain flexible with the energy. You can interchange the roles within the reading. You might be represented by any of the characters that shows up in the cards, regardless of gender. Parts of the reading may resonate for you. There might be parts that don't. So take what does, leave behind the rest. I hope that you enjoy the reading, Aries. I hope it resonates for you. But I also hope that you get something beneficial out of watching the reading, whatever that means for you. So we're going to go ahead and get started here after a shuffle or two more. If you're brand new to my channel, welcome. Thanks for tuning in and giving me this opportunity to read for you. Sorry, he just tried to jump onto the windowsill, and the window's closed, so he doesn't have that extra 2 inches of space, and he fell back down to the ground. Anyway, if you are brand new, thanks for joining me. I hope you end up liking what you see and sticking around. If you want more specific information, you can check out the description box below. And any returning viewers, thanks for your support. Thanks for coming back. I hope the readings continue to be enjoyable for you and continue to resonate for you. So let's go ahead and get started and see what we get for Aries for April 2021. By the way, I guess we're in Aries season too, aren't we? So happy birthday to any of you out there who are celebrating. I hope you're enjoying your birthday season. Here we go, Aries. We're going to start off with the Knight of Cups, and I'll try to keep this out of the glare of the sun as best I can. The Wheel of Fortune. King of Swords in reverse. The King of Pentacles in reverse. Three of Swords in reverse. Three of Pentacles. Ace of Cups. And then we have the Nine of Swords in reverse. So I feel like this applies to a specific relationship. It could be a working relationship or somebody that you are creating something with, somebody that you're building something with. So this could be a romantic partnership, but it could also be a workplace partnership, business partner. I feel like things seem to be moving in the right direction, possibly after having worked on some things maybe from the past that were troublesome for you. Maybe some conflict, maybe some disagreements, but I feel that you've worked through those things. We have a King of Pentacles and a King of Swords in reverse, both in reverse on the table. I'm going to wait on these two cards, get some more information out here first. We'll see what else we get. We have the Seven of Cups. We have the Three of Wands. Ace of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles again, clarifying the King of Pentacles, both in reverse. Ten of Wands in reverse. Ten of Swords. The Tower in reverse. And then we have the Five of Pentacles in reverse. So again, I feel like there's some kind of partnership. I think that it probably is between the two energies I'm seeing on the table so far. King of Swords and this King of Pentacles. So male or female, you can embody these energies, by the way. If you're female, you could also feel like you're cross-watching for somebody that you're dealing with if you don't resonate as any of the characters on the table. But again, I feel like there may have been some conflict or some trouble from the past that maybe has been resolved, or you've worked through it, you've gotten past this. There may have even been an ending within this connection or this relationship at one time. And I feel like the door's been opened again for maybe renewing an opportunity to collaborate or work together, or restart the relationship. I feel like there's an emotional connection between these two, or at least has been in the past. By emotional connection, this can be intimate or a friendship, or it could be a family connection. But there's definitely some kind of emotional connection within this relationship. Again, we have this King of Swords and King of Pentacles, and right now I'm leaning towards these being two separate energies. This King of Pentacles feels like he might be feeling a little bit uncertain or unsure of himself, or maybe feeling a little insecure about this connection, or maybe about getting things going again with this King of Swords. There may be a lack of communication, or I feel like this King of Swords might be avoiding communication, or there may be a reluctance. But it does feel like something's been lifted from the past. And again, it could have been a really difficult situation that caused a lot of hardships between these two, and possibly even an ending. It may have been an ending to a working relationship, but perhaps the connection is still there. The emotional connection is still there. Maybe these two aren't working together anymore, or they ended that piece of the relationship, and now there's this attempt to repair the emotional connection itself. Let's get some more cards on the table for Aries and see what else we get. We have the Nine of Swords again, this time in the upright position. The Lovers in reverse. The Tower again, this time in the upright position. The Ten of Wands again, this time in the upright position. Five of Pentacles again, this time in the upright position. The Page of Swords. The Chariot. And then we have the Two of Cups. So this is a significant connection between these two kings. Again, I feel like there is something more than just a working connection, but I do feel, at least in the past and maybe in the present, but it feels like something may have ended between these two. And it feels like a working relationship. Maybe they were creating something together or building something together. But I feel like there was probably some kind of conflict in the past that resulted in an ending to that piece of the connection, that piece of the relationship. The relationship itself may have ended as well, but now I feel like there is this desire to, or there might be an effort to move forward, to get past what occurred in the past, and maybe try to make things work within the relationship itself. This King of Pentacles, though, is still not feeling very confident about maybe reconciliation or coming back together with this King of Swords. And it could be because of the way this King of Swords handles himself. I feel some very kind of abrupt, kind of cold energy coming off this King of Swords. So this person isn't typically the type of individual who's going to wear his heart on his sleeves. He's not going to be the type who softens the blow or considers people's feelings when communicating. That may have been the issue from the past, is there was a disconnect in an emotional sense with this working relationship between these two kings, and that might have been the issue from the past that broke them apart or ended the connection. I think that needs to be talked about or addressed. Because there might be some lingering insecurities, discomfort, maybe resentment regarding whatever occurred in the past. But there is an indication that there's something to this relationship that's beneficial to both parties. So if they can get things started up again, there might be an opportunity to not just mend the connection itself, but get things back up and running. With regard to possibly whatever they were working on, or maybe a new opportunity. There might be a new opportunity for these two. It could be a profitable opportunity. It could be something that might be financially beneficial for one or both parties. But that also might be what the initial problem was in the past. What caused the conflict in the past was a working relationship. So maybe there is something new on the horizon, but I think especially this King of Pentacles is not feeling real sure with regard to maybe starting things up again with this King of Swords because of what occurred in the past. Let's get this fourth deck out and see what else we get for Aries for April 2021. So we have a Queen of Swords now on the table. Judgment. We have a King of Cups in reverse. The Tower in reverse again. Seven of Pentacles. Three of Swords again. The Emperor in reverse. And then we have the Fool. Okay, so I do definitely feel like these two kings are separate energies, separate people. So again, male or female, you can embody these energies, but these are two people that at least in the past have collaborated together or worked together. I think at one time that ended, there was some kind of conflict. I think it could have been how these two related to each other, although I do feel like this is a very significant connection or relationship. There may have been mistakes made or decisions made or choices made that had nothing to do with the actual relationship itself or what they were working on together, and that may have been the problem. I think this King of Pentacles in particular is concerned that this history may repeat itself, and that if they partner up again or reconcile or get things back up and running, that the same thing may happen that happened in the past. Now we do have a Queen of Swords on the table that showed up in this last set of cards. This could be somebody that one or both parties is collaborating with or communicating with. This Queen of Swords is somebody who I feel like is giving some answers or providing some guidance. This is somebody who is not going to steer you astray. This is somebody who is a clear thinker, a clear communicator. She's going to be upfront, even blunt, with regard to her communication, tell you like it is. It feels to me that this Queen of Swords is encouraging a reconciliation or an attempt to reconnect, because there's something in the cards indicating there's something, a new opportunity or something beneficial within this connection, something that will benefit both or all parties involved. But again, with this King of Cups in reverse showing up on the table next to this King of Swords, there's something about an emotional disconnect, or this person is not sensitive, or he is, again, I'm saying he because it's a king. This person is doesn't consider other people's feelings or emotions. Might be a bit of a hard ass when it comes to business, or especially money situations or financial situations. And so this King of Pentacles is definitely feeling a little insecure. He might feel too like I don't have what it takes to work with this person, or I'm not qualified, or I don't have the resources or the skill set that this person is looking for within a partnership. There is definitely some kind of a level of insecurity coming off this King of Pentacles. And it definitely has to do with what occurred in the past. I think it took a long time to heal whatever occurred between these two, and because it feels like it was pretty big. But there's an opportunity for a new beginning, a new start. To put the past in the past and at least reconcile the relationship, if not restart something or start something brand new within this connection. Again, this could be romantic or otherwise. It doesn't feel like an intimate romantic relationship. I mean, it could be like a family or friend situation, but these two, at least right now, feel a little bit estranged. Feel like there is some more work to be done in the area of the emotional connection between these two. So we have the Hermit in reverse, Two of Pentacles, the Devil showed up on this King of Swords, the World, Eight of Cups in reverse. Three of Pentacles again. The Knight of Pentacles in reverse. And then we have the Magician. Okay, so this King of Swords, you could be one of three different characters in this reading. And again, if you're resonating, if this feels familiar to you, like you know somebody who's going through this situation, you could be an outsider looking in. So you could feel like a cross watcher. But we have this King of Swords, King of Pentacles, and this Queen of Swords, who's kind of a minor character, but she's significant enough that she's here in the reading. I think this is somebody who's offering advice or providing some answers or information. Maybe acting as a mediator. I always have trouble with that word. Mediator. Someone who's kind of a go-between between these two, because there could be, again, I do feel like there's this, there is if there is going to be some kind of reconciliation or an attempt to rekindle this relationship in whatever form that takes, whatever occurred in the past has to be addressed first, and it does feel like some kind of working situation that ended at one time, and it had a lot to do with this King of Swords. So if you're this King of Swords, there's some shadow energy you're going to need to work through if this relationship is going to have a chance, to be quite honest. There's some pretty significant shadow energy that this King of Swords is dealing with. And it has to do, I think, a lot with how this person relates to other people on an emotional level more than anything else. But it also could be how this person communicates with other people. And that is what this King of Pentacles is not feeling real confident about. So if that's not dealt with first, then rekindling this relationship, coming back together, or trying to get something else started up again, it's just going to result in the same thing happening. History repeating itself, another ending to a working relationship that feels like it's got some potential. But this energy is going to repeat itself if what's going on between these two on an emotional level isn't dealt with first. And I think that this King of Pentacles feels like he might be a little bit more aware or willing to admit that that is something that is significant, needs to be looked at in order for this connection to be salvaged, saved, or restarted. I'm going to get one more round out here, Aries. We'll see what else we can get. So we have a Six of Wands. Nine of Swords for the third time, in reverse twice, upright up here one time. Sorry, this is the second time it's come out. So it's in reverse once and upright once. Four of Cups. Six of Swords in reverse. Ace of Wands. Seven of Wands. Death in reverse. And then we have the Ace of Cups again, this time in reverse. Nine of Swords is at her 3 times. It's down here. 2. Okay, so that's what this reading is all about. It's this connection between these 2 kings. Now, here's the thing. The King of Swords has some shadow energy to deal with. And mainly with regard to how he interacts or connects with this King of Pentacles. How they talk to one another, how they connect with one another. But I also feel like this King of Swords might be ignoring the work he has to do for himself, because he also feels like this King of Pentacles has some things that he needs to address as well. So there's reluctance on both on behalf of both parties. There's reluctance to reconnect or rekindle or reconcile this relationship coming from both parties. I think that this King of Swords has been pretty harsh in nature towards this King of Pentacles. Maybe made this person feel less than, or not up to par, or not qualified, or not having the right skill set, or not being good enough. There is that sense that this person maybe has been belittled or treated as though they're not as worthy or not as valuable within the connection. You know, and perhaps that's been true to a certain extent. Maybe this person has a less advanced skill set, or maybe this person's not bringing not bringing the resources that this King of Swords is bringing to the partnership. Or maybe, you know, maybe in the past there's been some mistakes made by this individual. Whatever the case may be, the fact that these two are still hanging on to what occurred in the past and haven't really worked through extensively to get to the bottom of things, restarting or trying to get things up and running again is a mistake at this point in time, until those issues are fully addressed. And both parties are responsible for making that happen. With regard to whatever they were responsible for, that resulted in whatever ending occurred in the past. For some reason, I get the feeling that this partnership is very important. There is an indication in the cards that this is something that needs to be worked through or worked out, so that these two can come back together and get things up and running again. But once again, if the right issues aren't addressed in the right manner, all you're going to end up doing is repeating the past and running into a brick wall again. It could do enough damage the second time around or the following time around to completely sever this relationship once and for all. So I think that some care needs to be taken. I think that it's important to listen to the right people. I think this Queen of Swords, whoever this person is in your story, Aries, is significant with regard to working things out, providing some clarity, again, acting as a mediator for these two. So having a face-to-face conversation may not be in the cards right now for these two kings. It might be too that this Queen of Swords is being introduced into the mix as a permanent fixture, or someone who can step in when conflict arises again, or when there are issues where there's disagreements or communications not going well. It could be that this person entering into the picture is what's been needed in the past and might be the answer to making things work this time around. I think I'm taking this card. So we have the Two of Water, Two of Cups, which came out in your reading early on, Aries. And I said in the past, I didn't feel like this was a romantic or intimate connection. But I suppose it could be, if it has been like an intimate or romantic connection, there's also like a working piece to this relationship. This card gives off that romantic feel, and I don't have that at all with this particular reading. So for me, this is kind of an odd card to come out, but we're going to read it anyway and see what we come up with. I did get the sense that whatever connection these two have, it is significant. And again, there could be a history between these two, but it also could indicate an emotional connection on a family level, friendship, that kind of thing too. And this came up in the upright. It's also upright over here. I think you can see it. So let's read this, see what it says, Aries, and then we're going to wrap this up. Okay. I will show the card, display the card, and hopefully it will not pick up the glare off the sun. Here we go, Aries. The Two of Water represents a relationship that has moved beyond infatuation and physical attraction to one that is built upon a foundation of deeper mutual love, respect, trust, or shared interests and values. It symbolizes a meeting of the mind and heart that is free of desire to possess or control. This relationship is a unification of two hearts and minds, not with the purpose of becoming whole or to complete each other, but with the intent to share, to enrich, and to enhance each other's lives. This is a time of giving, sharing, and communication. A relationship is founded on intimacy. To share your thoughts, feelings, goals, and fears with the one you love is to be intimate. To hold them, to listen, and show interest is to be intimate. To show affection by reaching out to stroke their cheek or hold their hand is to be intimate. The Two of Hearts ultimately symbolizes an intimacy within a relationship. It says the Two of Hearts, it means the Two of Water, but if you're using a regular standard deck of cards for tarot, and you can, the Two of Hearts is the Two of Cups, just so you're aware. But that's a typo in this thing. I always read it that way, though. It also represents a time of forgiveness and reconciliation. If a rift has developed between lovers or friends, now is the time to let go of hurt and anger, put aside judgment and blame. Do not allow arrogance, wounded pride, or ego to destroy a relationship. Where you can, take responsibility for your own choices and actions within the relationship and be mindful of how they have impacted and influenced the relationship. The Two of Water invites you to communicate, to forgive, or apologize now. So I think that last part of the meaning of the card was really relevant to this particular reading. I think there's been a rift, there's been some heartache, there's been some past conflict that, again, I don't think the real root of the issue has been addressed. Probably a lot of time has passed, and that's healed a certain level of the wounding that occurred between these two kings, but there is some work to be done. I think that there is definitely an indication here that this relationship's important enough that it needs to be repaired, rekindled, and get back up and running again. Not just for the sake of the relationship, but I think that there's something else here to be gained by coming back together. So I think that it is very apparent in this reading, especially, with the Devil showing up on this King of Swords, King of Cups. There's some shadow energy, some really challenging shadow energy that needs to be worked through on both sides. For this King of Pentacles, it's more about feeling a sense of security, feeling good enough, maybe taking pride in one's work, feeling capable, feeling like you're worthy, For this King of Swords, you know, maybe this King of Pentacles does have some learning to do. But if you're this King of Swords, you might want to soften your level of communication, or your the way you communicate with this king, the way you interact with this King of Pentacles, because I think that the relationship itself needs to come back together, and you need to respect the relationship itself for what it is before you can move on to anything else that's going to be beneficial within this connection. Okay, Aries, so I'm going to leave that here. I hope the reading resonated for you. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that it was helpful in some way, shape, or form. I appreciate you watching. If it did resonate, please like, share, and subscribe. And Aries, I will see you next time. Take care. Bye.